Hello everyone, we are back to Medieval Dynasty. We are starting our Season 2, Episode 1 today. We're going to be doing things a little bit different than we did in Season 1. We are going to change some of the settings on the new game to craft multiples and to do the faster building. We're also going to bump the build limit. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to build a crap ton of extra buildings. I would just like to have the option, since you have to set it on game start. We know that the default cap is 60. So if we want to maintain that, we can keep ourselves honest with not going above 60 buildings. But having the option available, I think, is going to be very important, especially if we want to make this last until Oxbow comes out. So we are starting fresh. We're going to try to use some of the things that we learned from Episode 1 to streamline our beginning, and we'll see how it goes. We are no longer doing Armor Core because most of the people that voted for Armor Core were not even watching the videos, and most of those of you that regularly participate, that interact with me during the stream, that watch the streams and comment on the streams, were not engaging with the Armor Core stuff. So to me that says that you guys weren't interested, and as cool as it would be to add more people to our little community here, I very much value those of you that have supported me up to this point and hopefully will continue to do so. And if you're not interested, then let's get back to something that you guys did find interesting. I think that's going to be the best way to do it, and the best way to show that I do legitimately care about you guys and it's not just lip service. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game, and we are going to customize the game. We're going to leave the difficulty at normal. We're going to leave all these other things at normal. We are going to change... not carry weight. We're going to enable fast crafting and fast building. And we are going to change, not the XPs, we want that to stay normal. The needs we want to stay normal. I thought there was... oh, buildings limit. Here we go. It's at 100%, so let's go ahead and bump that to 200%. It was 60 base, so it should be 120 this way. So we'll give that a shot, and we will start the game from those settings if it will let us. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and load in and get started.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Now, I'm hoping that the quality of the stream is going to be a little bit better. I know Stesso had pointed out in a prior stream that the quality was kind of awful there for a while, and I didn't really notice just how bad it was until we did that random night of Deep Rock Galactic. And so I got to looking into my settings, and it turns out that one of the patches for my streaming software reset all of my settings back to default. So I readjusted those back to what they used to be, so hopefully our quality level is going to come up a little bit starting on this stream. We'll see. I know Armor Core didn't look that bad, so we'll see if the settings worked. I have to remember to turn my mouse sensitivity back down too. There we go. Ta-da! Brand new, fresh start. So we're going to want to... Why can I not... There we go. This is weird. Got like a weird tracer thing going on with my... I want to work on grabbing as much stuff as I can for knives, because we are going to make the run like we did in the beginning of the last season, where we're going to make the run to try and get ourselves a bow and some arrows straight off. I feel like head bobbing is worse than usual. I might need to change that setting so nobody gets motion sick. I can't really tell from the little window that YouTube gives me while I'm streaming, but I'm hoping that the quality level is better than it used to be. I'm hoping that it was just a settings issue. You know what? I really need to do something with these settings. Is there anything for head bobbing? Effects, no. Field of view is fine. Brightness is fine. Doesn't look like there's any options for it, unfortunately. Gameplay, maybe? Head bobbing. There we go. Let's turn that off. We'll leave camera shakes on, player breathing on. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, please keep them. Let's see if that's a little bit better. Oh, yes, that's loads better. Okay. To get used to the control scheme again. Well, I missed a potion. Grabbing those isn't going to hurt. Okay, so it looks like part of the head bobbing was what was going on with the mouse sliding, so let's see if that works it a little bit better for us. So I know that we have to talk to the Castellan first, or it's just going to make us come all the way back here when we're done with the other stuff, so we may as well get that out of the way straight away. We could probably score some money out of the starter village. Wouldn't hurt. Might help. I do want to, we're going to build in a little bit of a different spot. Alright, fine. We'll grab the plantain. Jesus. Give me the rock! Thank you. And we don't have our alt ability yet. This is going to be a little weird because we don't have most of the stuff that we're used to having. But that's alright. We will make do until we unlock them again, because it shouldn't be that awful hard. Now, we should be looking at much faster crafting times. So it's going to go around once, and then it should complete all 6 in one craft, I believe is how the fast crafting works. Yep. We just got 6 stone knives. So let's go ahead and talk to... what's his nuts?
Greetings, stranger.
You are not who I thought you were. Unigast. Those eyes, I didn't think I would see them again. One blue is the sky, the other black is a lump of coal. That's funny, my grandmother used to describe them the exact same way. So you're not a ghost. Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. But your eyes, they look just like him. I'm sorry you must have mistaken me for someone. I'm new in these parts, just arrived to the valley, actually. My name is Rasimir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Lorden's nephew? What, did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait, what do you mean by didn't I know her? Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. This world. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. No one should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay, they died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of the life in order to honor their sacrifice. Yeah, I really don't want to talk about that. We're going with option 2. Of course, my boy, of course. I apologize. You mentioned my uncle Eorden. I actually came here looking for him. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your uncle Eorden is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm sorry, I know how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. So that's it. I'm the only one left. Don't say that. Look at me. The valley is full of warm-hearted people who can gladly aid you with whatever you need, and I'm one of them. So what should I do now? You're free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellan to build a farm on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can take the land free of charge. Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually. But apart from that, you're free to do as you please, as long as you don't break the law, of course. Or at least don't get caught doing so. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground. Craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. Then you can create a wooden hammer. And that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gustovia and talk to my wife, Dobroniega. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished, and then grab some beers for the both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. Sounds like a plan to me. Yep. Is there a way to... We're gonna have to see about canceling the tutorial stuff, because at this point it's really unnecessary. Now, we're gonna have to be a little careful time-wise, because we want to make it there before everybody goes to bed for the night. Right, Alt doesn't do anything right now. I want to make as many knives as possible along the way, but I also... And it's going to be a little bit better because we don't have to actually stop for the entire craft time. But we also want to be careful... Stop that. That we don't spend all of our time crafting away the entire day. So we're going to have to make sure to only stop when we become overburdened, I think. And it's probably not a bad idea to sell some of these before we leave here. We'll grab these rocks and make a bunch more. And sell these first. That way we can get extras along the way and not have that unnecessary weight attached to us. Now that extra survival level is definitely going to come in handy. So the first level is going to be more or less a waste. It's a throwaway point. And we are going to go off the setup that we discovered last time so that we don't have to worry about the herbalism hut, because we're not going to have to worry about respecking. As we already know what we want for skills based on our Season 1 playthrough. So that's going to help a little bit. So let's go into our skills and survival. And we're going to go with insensitive for our first one. And that's really not going to be a huge help to us. The only reason that we're taking that is to unlock these, because survival sense is super important. So let's go ahead. It is really good to be back in Medieval Dynasty. I enjoyed the change of pace, but I did miss my Medieval Dynasty. So let's go ahead and craft what we've got, and we will, wow, shit. Nope. I really have to get the buttons down again. There we go. Alright, so we'll have 12 to sell. How's everyone doing tonight? At least we don't have to stand here for 20 minutes while we craft that. That's nice. So let's come on up here. I would love to buy some flax seeds and get that started straight away, and that's definitely something that we're going to do this season. But we need to make sure that we are not carrying a bunch of crap that is going to weigh us down while we make this trek over to get a backpack, because remember, our weight allowance is going to be very, very limited in the beginning here. Is not only do we have to worry about the fact that we don't have the backpacks for the increase, but we also don't have the skills for the increase yet, so that's going to be part of it too. We got nothing, we are starting fresh. Would you please? Thank you. Oh, yes. That is a definite improvement over Sengoku, where we can just hold down E and look around and pick up everything that we look at without having to hit E each time. That's going to save my fingers. For sure. Hey. No. Yeah, sorry. I will get the keys back down again like we had them. Just been 3 games that I've played since our last Medieval Dynasty adventure, even though it hasn't been that long. It's only been a couple of weeks. But I'm already used to other button control schemes, so it's going to take me a little bit to get back into the swing of quick tabbing through screens again. Hopefully we don't encounter any bandits along the way, because right now we only have a knife. Stesso! What's shaking, bacon? I'm just glad that you guys are back. I figured with the way that vote went that more people would be interested, but nobody was interacting, and I missed you guys, so I'm glad that we're back here. I really am. Oh, this is going to save so much time, making 9 in one go. Oh, production level. Okay, so this one's going to be kind of useless. The knowledges really aren't going to help us all that much in the beginning. We are going to go with crafting knowledge, though, because that's the one that we use the most. But we're basically only doing it to unlock the stuff down here, so that we can do handyman and start getting further down the tree. So we're going to go ahead and drop into... We're going to hit the wrong button again, because that seems to be the theme of this evening. Your sleeping has gotten worse again, so you're up late. Well, I'm glad to see you, buddy. I'm sure that sucks for your life in general, but I am happy to see you. Hey, we already unlocked the workshop. We aren't even to the first town yet. Well, that we've been to the first town, but we haven't been to a town that we actually care about yet. Right, stamina regeneration is super slow. Forgot about that. I probably should have turned off character breathing, because that sound is super annoying and I like to sprint everywhere, which means we're going to be hearing it a lot. That was kind of an oversight on my part, but that's alright. White-tailed eagle. We're going to have more time for exploring and other stuff this time around too, because we're not going to have to worry so much about time constraints with this faster crafting. Oh, you can still change character breathing? Because it wouldn't let you change the other options. So I assumed that none of the options on New Game were changeable afterwards. I mean, that's the main reason that we're here instead of just continuing our Season 1, was that we could get rid of those settings finally. I mean, we proved how to do it vanilla, so now we're going to do it a little bit more streamlined. I should have waited till we had more than 2 knives. That was a waste. We need more sticks. I'm trying to craft to get our overburden down is the main reason that we're actually crafting along the way instead of just doing them all at the very end. So I want to keep collecting stuff. We need the money from them, but I also don't want to be moving super slow by the time that we get there. We do still need an axe, though. That's probably something that I should actually legitimately make, because we are going to need that. And let's go ahead and slot that into... Alright, we should probably equip that. Let's slot that into 3. We are going to need some food before long, but I was hoping to have the bow to nab us some meat. I think they start us with some food. I saw an apple at least. And then we may have stolen it from something, but I think that's part of it. There we go. Now we should be able to actually make only 4. Right, because it's 5 sticks per and 2 stones. I'm going to have to get back into the mindset of medieval dynasty values. And we should be... Yeah. Now the only real problem with scurrying across this way is that we have the very real possibility that we will encounter wolves. Or possibly piggies. And as of right now, we don't have enough survival to see them. Hey, Maddie. Debating on getting this game. I like building, especially in medieval, but I don't see a lot of fighting either in this game. Would you recommend it? I absolutely adore Medieval Dynasty, but if you're one that prefers combat like you see in Ark or Grounded or other games like that, then this combat is going to be very disappointing to you. We will get into some combat eventually, but it is much slower and quite a bit clunkier as far as the combat goes. The building, however, is absolutely phenomenal, and the idea that you can recruit villagers and keep them happy and get materials out of them is super fun. You get to actually build a functioning village. So it's kind of like a mix between a survival game, a survival game, a simulation game, and a city planning game all at once. It's definitely a unique vibe, and it keeps us coming back. I mean, everybody takes breaks from it, but I don't think any of us have ever truly quit playing Dynasty. And I did it again. I highly recommend the game in general. The problem is, like you said, there's not a terrible lot of combat, and what there is either super brutal or super messy. It's not, it was not designed around combat. The bandits actually came quite a bit later than most of the other aspects of the game. And other than bandits, hostile animals are all that you really have to worry about. I didn't realize there was a big old flat area here, too. Oh yeah, I did. I've built here before. So we're actually going to build on this side this time. Up in here. I think. Those roads might be a problem. We'll take a look at it. We might wind up building here. I've built here before, so I would really prefer not to do it again. Those might actually be bandits. Let's, Yep, those are bandits, and we got no bow. So we're just gonna come on down into the water. Because there's no way I can take them with just a knife. They're gonna destroy us. As they hit for the same amount that you hit for, and their archers do aim for your head. So, and headshots count on you as well. They can seriously drop you with a shot or two. As we found out the hard way last time. Once we get our bow, we'll swing back up this way, because we're going to build up here anyway. But that'll give you some idea of the combat, because I'm going to have to clear those guys out. Okay, what do we have for rocks? So we still have 8 rocks. What do we have for sticks? Not a bunch. Oh, they added ants, too. I never noticed the ants before. Rocks. Just gonna make sure I don't trigger those guys early. Now, I believe the road along here is safe. I don't remember ever encountering any hostile animals along this road. Maybe boar if you go a little bit too far to the left, or if you get unlucky and they're wandering. But I don't remember them actually being a thing. Or a problem, anyway. The other nice thing about this game, Maddie... yes, so I was actually looking at either up here or right here. And I've built here before, so I would kind of prefer to do up here. But, because I've also built here before, and then our last village for Season 1 was down here. So I'm thinking either here, or here, probably here. I forgot what I was going to say regarding Maddie. I apologize. Oh, free logs! Ooh, and a free axe. Excellent. Okay, the free logs, we can actually get ourselves a spear. because a spear never hurts. And we did find out that we don't have to actually equip the knives to use them. So we're going to go ahead and slot that into 1. What do we get for skills? We got more survival. Okay, so headstrong or survivalist? Oh, not headstrong, no. Strong as an oak or survivalist. We'll start with survivalist, because that's going to save us some time here. Oh my. Okay, so that's only going to get rid of a little bit of weight. These logs might be a problem for us. We could build a hammer. That would get rid of one of the logs and give us a much reduced... We need 10 sticks. So let's grab some sticks. Okay, we'll put that in 5. And that should have given us a significant weight reduction because the hammer is much lighter than the logs are. So the logs are, what, 2.5? Yeah, they're 2.5, and that's only 1, so that's a significant decrease. Wooden spear is only 1.5, so that's not going to be a good trade. Do we have anything else that we can make out of a log? Let's make a pickaxe as well. We're going to need that eventually. I don't know that we're going to need it right away, but it's going to help us with that weight problem and not waste the logs that we found. So. Oh, shit. There were wolves through here. And that's a piggy, isn't it? Oh, we don't have the animal stuff yet from hunting. Crap. At least we got our autosave back. That was disappointing in Sengoku. We didn't have a way to autosave very easily. Hey, Stesso, is the stream quality better with the change that I made in the settings? Like, are you noticing an improvement versus our old streams? Because you were the one that had brought it up. Okay, perfect. That makes me happy. Yeah, when I ran the Deep Rock Galactic, because we just ran it for that day, just for shits and giggles, and when I checked it out on when I was cutting it, I noticed that the quality was just absolutely atrocious. So I went into my settings to figure out what the hell was going on, and it turns out that when I updated OBS, it actually reset all of my settings to default a few months back. And I'm pretty sure that's why our quality dropped to begin with. So I reset all of my settings to where I wanted them, and we should be in much better shape now. Okay. Wow, she bought all of those like a champ. Okay, so we're going to want to get... the large pouch, I believe, is the biggest. Just go into clothing, it'll be easier. The simple large backpack is going to be one of the ones that we want. That's going to take half of our money. Not 2, just 1. And then the other one that we're going to want, I believe, is it the large pouch? That's 10. What other pouches do we have available? Small pouch. So yeah, I guess it's just the large pouch. Okay. So there we go. Now, when we equip these, this is going to allow us to actually carry reasonable amounts of weight. We're up to 65. Yep, those were the right ones. So we're up to 65, and
See you soon.
now we just need to get... It was kind of hard to see when I played DP. But why? But YouTube has never been good at fast-moving games. Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, I did, when I set my settings back to what they originally were again, I did a private stream so that people couldn't join it, and restreamed, and it was much cleaner. So I'm wondering if that was where the issue came from. Maybe it was just more noticeable the faster we went. Maybe once we get the horse, it'll be a bit more obvious. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll build 2 more of those before we leave this area. Because we do need to grab some more knives for sure. We need to cut across and get a bow now. So we're actually headed down to Lesnica. And there's a mountain pass that we can go over. The problem is we have consistently had problems with wolves in this mountain pass. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful going over it. But it's going to give us quite a few rocks as well. How are we doing on rocks anyway? We've got 2. So I think sticks are mostly what we're wanting now. How are we doing on sticks? We've got enough for 1 knife at least. Yeah, I saw you, bunny. I'm not out for food just yet, buddy. Oh, that was a plantain. Alright, so how are we doing on rocks? The downside is we can't see red from the wolves yet. We need a little bit more in hunting before we get that ability. Shit. I don't know if he's after us or not. I'm afraid to turn around. I know if we make it across the stream, we'll be safe. Because they stop and reset at the stream. Okay. So it's all about the sticks now. We've got quite a few rocks. I mean, grabbing more can't hurt. We've got the space for them now. We're not going to get overburdened every 10 steps. And this will give us a bow so we can at least defend ourselves. Then we can go back after those bandits and show Maddie the combat. Sweet. Alright, so we know that we need 5 to 2. And we're about to hit 90 sticks. Okay. This should make us quite a few, hopefully enough to buy the stuff from Gisela that we need. Oh, thank God we don't have to sit here for 16 knives. This is going to be so much nicer. Okay, so we want the recurve. Well, we can't afford it just yet, so let's find some stuff to sell. See, we can sell that bucket, because we're not going to need a bucket straight away. Stone knives. That's going to give us 360, which is at least enough to get us our bow, I think? Yeah, we've got enough for the bow. And we're going to have to buy some arrows until we get a hunting shack up, so that's going to cost 94. Well, it's not as many arrows as I would like, but it is better than not having any at all. It's 9. It is 9 arrows. That's rough. I don't want to give up the copper axe. We can give up this fish meat, because we're probably not going to use that. The apples, same. Sell that for junk. I think, because these would be great money, but I actually want those to eat them. Although we do have plenty of dried meat. You know what? Screw it. Let's get rid of the oat rolls and get some more arrows. Alright, well, it's better than nothing. It's 21.
Hello there.
Or was that sticks? That was sticks. So how are we doing on arrows? We've got our recurve bow for number 2. And we've got 21 stone arrows. Okay. That's not ideal, but it is better than what we had. So we are going to save this to Season 2. Now, I did make a backup of Season 1, so if we accidentally save over Season 1, because I've been known to do stupid things, it's not the end of the world. We actually do have a backup, so it's not going to disappear, regardless of anything silly that I do. Okay, so at this point, we may as well get started on our village. I would absolutely love getting more money, but we need to go get our house up and start, at least get a hunting shed up so that we can make our own arrows. And I also want to drop those bandits because they are way too close to where I plan on building. I wouldn't mind tagging an wolf or two, but I'm worried that they're going to get the jump on us because we don't have our animal's glow ability yet. We're going to have to get a little bit of hunting done before that shows up. I don't remember if traps count towards hunting or not, but that's an option. We might build a couple of traps and see. I think they go towards survival instead, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Alright, let's drop a quick save because we are getting kind of close. I really miss having the horse, though, I can tell you that. Alright, something that we do need to do is get some food in us. So that's going to give 5. I keep hitting the wrong key to activate things. We can drop down here to get some water. Okay, now they were along the water. I think we're actually... Yeah, we're not anywhere near where I thought we were. I thought we were up here, and we're still way back here. So we still have a little bit before we have to worry about them. I'm going to try to get back to land, though, so we move a little bit faster. Man, the stamina struggle is real in the early game. Oh, we don't have our points into reduced stamina when running either. That's why. That's why. That'll get better. Alright. Yeah, I really gotta cool it with that if we're gonna get into combat, because that does take quite a bit of stamina. It's going to be a little bit of a slow trek here. I also have to remember to actually get up enough money to buy fur clothes before the first winter this time, so that we are not stuck like idiots again. But I really, really want to be able to... Yeah, see, this side's got that big flat area, but it's so limited. So I actually had my house in this little crossroad cross-section here when I built over here. Because I thought it was neat. Right, they're like right up here, aren't they? Yep, they were. Yes, they were. Seriously. Yep, I'm aware. I just got chunked in the face. Okay, that went way better than our first encounter with bandits in our first season. So we're gonna eat some plantains to get our health back. Woo! I guess playing the shooters helped a little bit. Got me back in the swing of having to worry about things like that. Alright, what tools do... Okay, stone axe. I'll take that. We'll use that. What'd you have, champ? Just fists, huh? Can I have my arrow back? Hey, I can. Sweet. How about you? Can I have my arrow back? Sweet. And, oh, we got 3 out of 4 of the arrows back. The only arrow that we don't have so far is the one that I missed with. And I'm hoping that we can get it back as well. I'm not seeing any mark for tools dropped, so I'm guessing 2 of them were unarmed. Alright, so, yep, there's my arrow. We got all 4 arrows back. That is so exciting. Okay, that was interesting. Oh, okay. So that's what I mean by it's a little bit clunky. And, I mean, he hit me with one of the shittiest weapons in the game. It's really not even meant to be a weapon. It's a tool for chopping down trees. And he still took a good portion of my health. So that's what I meant by it being a little clunky. But that was not the worst showing. I'm very happy with how that wound up. Oh. Oh, are you kidding me? That would have been a free backpack. We wouldn't have had to pay for one. Oh. Well, that sucks. I guess we have a spare? I don't know why. I mean, this is a hardcore game, so if we die, we're not going to lose the backpack. But yeah. All right. Now, the downside is our lights are kind of... Whoops. Yeah. I missed the torch from Sengoku. I do have to admit that. This one's next to useless. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a slope here. It's not super bad. It's not super great either, though. It's a little too hilly, I think. I really don't want to try to build around these hills. So I think we are going to come back over here and try to build around here. I mean, it's probably doable, but I don't know. I don't know that it's worth the effort. And we've got this lovely flat area over here, complete with reeds and whatnot, that I think it's probably for the best. Although we are going to try to go for a stone house straight out the gates. We're not even going to worry about the wattle houses at all, I don't think. Unfortunately, we're only going to be able to build very basic houses in the beginning. Oh, is there no straw here? Nope, just the reeds. Fantastic. Some fireflies. Alright. So yeah, looking at across here, it's much more flat than the other side was. So I think... so the building, we're actually getting ready to build a house. It's not like Minecraft style, it's not completely free build. You do have to be a little serious about how you handle it. Let's see. So north. Yeah, the trees are going to be an issue. There really aren't that many trees. I think we can make that work, though, as long as we get 2 logging places up relatively early and get them staffed. So let's go ahead and do... Nope, not farming. We want housing. Tier 1 simple house. So we are facing north on this. It's not going to fit the terrain as closely as I would like, but it's going to let us keep straight lines, so we're going to go with it. Oh, that was nice! Okay. Okay. I can handle that. That fast building is really going to make a difference, too. We're not going to be spending all day hammering a house together. I completely forgot that we had fast building. I was expecting to have to hammer that 10 times. Okay, I don't want to take all of these because I want to put the one of the woodcutting huts over here. And remember, the woodcutting huts have to be within 50 meters of trees. Now all the trees are birch, it looks like, which might be a problem as well. I also have to remember not to stand under trees anymore. Alright, I don't think that's enough, but it should be better than nothing. Hopefully we can overwrite that camp and never have to worry about another one spawning there. Okay, so we still need 2 more. So at this point we have a house, Maddie. So we can come up here and we can edit, because it's default wattle, so it's going to take logs and sticks. But if we edit it, we can actually change it to either wood or stone. And since we get the best results out of stone, we're going to go around shifting everything to stone. Now the roof is going to be the big problem because we cannot make planks yet. We don't have a woodcutter up. I didn't want that to be a door. I wanted that to be a window. Thank you. So I would love to upgrade the roof as well. Do we have the capability of building a woodcutter yet? That's not what I wanted. I wanted that. No. We need more building technology before we can build that. So we're going to have to stick with the base roofing for now and upgrade it as we get more stuff unlocked, I think. Yeah, logs are going to be a very real problem in this area. Well, on the upside, we can always tear that house down and move if we decide to. At least we have sticks galore now. Stones are going to be an issue, at least at first. I know there's a bunch across the bridge. That worked really well, funneling them all into the bridge so that they didn't dodge left and right a whole bunch. I'm very, very pleased with how that turned out. That encounter. Oh yeah, there's rocks galore over here. Oh. Gotta hold it down, dumbass. Now, we do have a lot of sticks right across the river that we could cull. I mean, that's an option as well. So, like, this isn't too bad. It's all birch, but it's not super bad through here. I don't want the sticks, I want the rocks. Thank you. Well, we're going to need sticks for the roof anyway, so it's not going to be a huge deal, I suppose. Although the heat really isn't going to matter for us over much until we get a wife. That's when it's really going to play a part. So, I mean, we really don't have to worry about the roof upgrades until quite a bit later. Alright, so we've got 33 stones. That's not going to get us all the way around, but we are overburdened, so let's go and at least drop what we have into the build. So the creative part in the building comes in that I changed all of these to stone, but you can also, like, say I didn't want a window here, I can make it a wall instead. Or if it's a place that allows more than one door, I could actually put the door back here instead of on the other side. But I tend to pick what they do because I am not great at creatively building houses. Well, we can get a well now, which is great because we totally don't live right next to a river. Oh, straw, not sticks. Crap. Oh, look at all these rocks that were right friggin' here. That was silly. We should probably get... I know we didn't use them a lot in Season 1, but we really need to do some traps in the early game, or we're going to run into food problems when it's still just us. Can we not do a bird trap yet? No. No, we cannot. Alright. Okay, so that's the end of that one. Logs, 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 logs. I think everything else is logs. Nope, the tops. Okay. So we still need 4 more rocks. 3 more rocks. Oh, look at that. So we are done with rocks for this now. It is all about the logs. So let's clear out around this camp. We could also, I suppose, put our lumber space over here. Yeah, that's not asking for trouble. don't know if stumps count as being close to wood or not for the placement of the lumber shack. We'll have to see. The beginnings of a village are always the hardest. Because, you know, our other village, once we got up and running, we had most of it figured out how it was going to build just based on how everything else was built around it. But for this, in the very beginning, trying to figure out how to position it is the rough part. There's a resource storage. That'll come in handy. These need logs too? They do. So we still need 5 more logs. That really counts as a birch tree, huh? Alright, I think we're going to wind up being... No, we still need 1 more log. And then we're going to need the straw, so we're going to have to head back towards the starter village to get straw, I think. I was hoping to be able to put the woodcutting place near our storage building, because I don't want to have to run all the way over there to chop down logs like we had to in our last season. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work quite the way I had planned. We still need logs for the inside. I forgot about that. So we still need one more. Oh, did I not? I didn't loot this stuff. I guess it's a good thing we hung around. That would have been some coins that we didn't get. Okay, and then straw. So I'm going to drop that extra log in here just for weight reasons. Hopefully our trap will nab something while we're out. But let's see, because I don't think this has any actual straw in it. I think it just looks like reeds. I was wrong. We have reeds right here. I am okay with being wrong. Well, that just made our life a whole lot easier, didn't it? I think 32 is enough. Yeah. I know how to build. Fireplaces, no, but there are decorations that you can put inside. You can do wall decorations and hanging decorations. In our last season, we did wall lamps, or ceiling lamps inside a couple of the houses, and various other things. So, oops. Yeah. So if we go to decorate here, like there's a crap ton of different wall decorations that you can put up. Hanging racks, double hanging racks, shelves. And then on the inside, you can also do, you have 4 slots that you can play with. And there's some gemeli, there's hanging lanterns, lots of different styles. And then this is a small house, so it's got 2 beds and then 1 for a child, which for us is fine, but the bigger houses are required for What the hell is a coverlet? Oh, it's a gift. Okay. We'll keep that on us for flirting reasons, and because it's light. The firewood we're going to go ahead and put in here for now. The log we're going to put in here for now. The rest of this crap we're going to try and sell. We have so many sticks, so we should collect a bunch of rocks to get more knives to sell. And we'll sell that wicker crate that we found. So here we can also get a free fire going on, where we can cook stuff. I'm not sure if roasted fish is worth more than regular fish or not, but it can't hurt. And since we make them both at the same time, we'll just go with it. And then we've got stuff that we can cook in the cauldron as well. Soups and porridges and such. So let's go... Okay, so hunt a wild animal and survive for a season. Which means at this point we need to start working towards getting, I forgot about the skills. So we did get another survival skill, which is going to let us put points into slower consumption of stamina. That's going to be the most important because I sprint everywhere like an nincompoop. Alright, we have plenty of sticks, we need rocks. I would love to make a trip to a mine. That would probably get us all the rocks we wanted very quickly. But since we can't do anything with the ore yet, I feel like it might be a bit of a waste. Although stockpiling that stuff never hurt, especially since we can build stuff much, much quicker now. Let's walk towards the other town and see if we can't start getting some materials. We should probably do some of the quests around here as well. Because we are going to be in dire need of Dynasty points. I need to remember that we are not in our other save and do not have as many people as we will ever need. So getting Dynasty points is actually going to be fairly important. Oh no, what did I just... What was after the meat? I think we unequipped the pouch? The backpack. There we go. Okay, so let's... I need to remember, too, to save up enough money to get the... Oh, that's what we should do! We should get a flax farm going right away. A 10 by 10 at least. So we're going to need to pick up at least 100 seeds. And we're going to need to pick up at least 100 fertilizer. And I want to get a flax field going straight off. Well, I know we can't do anything with the flax, but the seeds are going to make us a significant amount of money at the end of spring. And I would hate to miss that huge payout at the beginning of our very first season available. It's going to give us a hell of a leg up. And then we do have some other buildings that we need to get up as soon as possible for money-making reasons as well. But I think the field is going to be the most beneficial straight away. So it'll also help us get some cabbage to get some real food going and not survive on just meat. Now, it wants us to set a rabbit trap, and we already have one, so I'm not entirely sure if we're going to have to wait for that to expire. Hey, we can build a smithy! Wait, are you kidding me? Oh, absolutely, and you as well. If you're ever interested or ever have any more questions, don't be afraid to come visit. We do enjoy answering questions. Where's our... The smithy's over here, right? Yeah. So we could effectively... Well, we are going to need the stone sickle for the flax, aren't we? Do we have enough money for that? Yes. Excellent. So we could actually start getting copper tools right now. Like, that's not an outlandish thing. I wish it would show us... Oh, it does. Up here. Okay. So we want potage? Yes. And that leaves us with 30, which is not enough to buy any of the other recipes just yet. So we also are going to want the wooden spoon and the small wicker basket eventually, but the wooden spoon and the wooden vial right away. So let's head up towards, I believe Tikti has a farmer? It's either Tikti or Rolnica. One of those two has a farmer. I actually think it's Rolnica. But I think that's gonna... Is Rolnica... Yeah, Rolnica's way closer than running all the way back to the starting area. Oh, this is an area for wolves. And there's a wolf. I see him. I can't highlight him yet, but I see him. I am hoping that he's by himself. Ah, you little fucker. What the hell are you doing? Well, that was messy as hell. But it did say to hunt an animal. Oh, right, we don't have to collect our arrows from these guys. If they're stuck in them, when we skin them, we'll get them back. So it wants us to do another wooden spear. I forgot that if you do stuff faster than the game expects, that it makes you do it again. That was luck. I don't know how he didn't see me. Well, at least we got some meat now. Jesus! How did he not see us? I guess just go with it? I mean, the first wolf saw us just fine. I have no idea what was up with that, but we're just gonna go with it. Ah. I would have liked to nail one of the birds for the feathers, if nothing else. I'd also really like to potentially buy a sickle instead, or a scythe instead of crafting a sickle. Ah, there's the farmer.
An unfamiliar trade.
Okay, so we can sell him some apples and a beer bottle, because why not? Some cheeses, some wine. The dandelion, it's going to be a long time before we can do anything with that. Let's sell him... You know what, we can get more feathers. We'll sell him what we've got. Flatbread. Fur, because we know fur isn't really worth it. Hops really aren't worth it yet. Oat rolls, onions, roasted fish meat, and a crap ton of stone knives. And a wicker crate. Okay. So at this point, we should be able to get our 100 flax seeds. We can't even afford 100 flax seeds. Okay, so back to stone knives. It's, It's gonna be quite a workup back to our old fortune, that is for sure. It's weird not being able to afford whatever the hell I want. but we'll get there. It won't even take us that long. It won't take us as long as it took us to get there in the first place, I can tell you that. Okay, how's that do us? That's 13 of them. So that should be a couple hundred.
How have you only goods of the highest quality?
Okay, back to the flaxseed purchase. How much is fertilizer? Fertilizer's 7.5 a piece. That ain't cheap either. Okay, so how many flax seeds did we get in the first time around? We got 77, so we need 23 more. We need 6 more. This is rough. I don't like being poor. This is too much like real life right now. Swing and a miss. So we've got enough for 10. Yep, there's 10. That should get us the rest of the flax seed. At this point, we just need to worry about the fertilizer. And I'm positive that this isn't going to give us enough. So we're going to need 750 for the fertilizer. And this is not going to be anywhere near 750. But it's a start. That's the herbalist. Now the good news is, because we're buying stuff from this guy, we can keep hitting him back up with our knives to replace our lost money. So basically we're trading him knives for things. Because the money is just rotating back and forth between our hands. Well, that was almost worth it, wasn't it? There's rocks. Rock. 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 I know they call them stones, but I'm used to calling them rocks. Okay, so we only actually have enough sticks for 3 right now, so sticks are also part of the problem. And it's just because it takes 5 per. I'm not seeing any rocks up here, though. I mean, we're doing better on sticks now, but... Ah, here we go. Just had to get out of the trees. Okay, so that's enough for 9 more. I'd like to get at least 2 more rocks. Oh, there we go. It's not the most efficient way to get rocks right now, but it's better than not scrambling around picking them up, I suppose, one at a time. There we go. So let's go ahead and get ourselves unburdened. And see if this will get us the rest of our seeds that we want. We are going to need to snag a drink here soon.
Greeting. Let me show you my ware.
We could always sell that coverlet. It would be nice for the flirting, but honestly, I feel like it would be more useful to get us off the ground to where we can buy more later. So flaxseed, we should need, what was it, 3 or something like that? 6. So we'll buy our 6, and that puts us at 100 flaxseed, and then we need 100, not manure. We need 100 fertilizer. Although manure is a 2 to 1, well, we can't build a barn yet though, so we're not going to get the 2 to 1 out of it. We need more farming before we can get a barn. So we can get 45. We're halfway there. Unfortunately, that's going to put a real damper on our weight. You know what? Let's sell the coverlet. And let's also sell this limestone because that's going to weigh us down. So that's going to give us enough for... We still need 55. So that gives us 36. What if we sell this meat off? That's not going to give us a terrible lot of money, is it? 54. Well, it's almost... So we need 12 more. And stones are becoming an issue.
Take care.
And we're already overburdened. Just from the fertilizer. If we can get another 20 rocks, I think we'll be in good shape. Okay, and like 20 sticks, but 20 rocks is going to be the kicker. So that'll give us enough to get our fertilizer as well, and that will set us up to be real pretty at the end of the first season. So we should get enough farming XP to build the barn just out of setting up the field and growing the first flax and harvesting it. So, yep. Well, that's 5. Will 5 knives give us enough to buy it? I think so. We'll have to give it a shot and see. Hey, hey, hey.
You trade is in my nature.
Okay. So fertilizer. We need 12. That gives us enough to buy 13. We can buy our 12. And be done with you. Now he is still holding basically all of our money, so we will have to try to come and clean him out later. But for now, I just want to get back across the way and get a field set up somewhere. I wouldn't mind getting some more knives along the way as well, or at least the materials for them, provided it doesn't overburden us. I really didn't want to sell off that meat because I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to need it, but that's alright. At least we know that the wolves are dead. I'm really surprised that we didn't get a single hunting level out of that. There we go. Now we can insulate. And that's going to give us room to make the faster crafting that we don't really care about. So I think at this point, we're going to go with less durability loss, although we really didn't lose that much durability from building the house, to be completely honest. So I think it does it per swing. So I think we actually are kind of cheesing the durability on the hammers as well by the faster building. Because I think it only took enough durability for a single hit when we finished off an entire panel in a single hit. Which is going to make our hammers go quite a bit further, I think. Alright, we actually do need to get down to the water ASAP. Or we're going to be very dehydrated. Don't want the daisies. Thank you. Daisies aren't worth money. Or at least not enough to really make it worth the effort of picking them. Bloop. There we go. Alright, so we are headed back home. Do we have enough sticks to make more? We do, okay. So that's going to help us with a little bit of the overburden. We're still going to be a little slow. But I'm hoping to not be dragging ass all the way home. Yeah, it's a little better. Getting out of the water is going to help too. I just gotta stop picking up more rocks. We need to get a material storage up soon too, I think. Is this water seriously not deep enough? There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of rocks over here. Okay. So I had an idea on how I wanted to set up the village for this playthrough. I wanted to have the field be at one end with the barn, since the barn has doors on both sides. And then have one side open onto the field, and then the other side open into the alleyway of the crafting. Oh, sweet. Okay, so it's not going to let me get away with calling that a set trap. I'm going to have to actually build one. That's alright. So something that we are going to have to do is make a hoe for sure. Did we get any leather? Oh. So we've got an extra building point, and I think because the faster crafting, I guess it is going to help for the initial craft, but it's not going to be nearly as important as it was for and neither's the stamina, because we're not hitting it so many times. So I guess, yeah, the initial crafts are going to be the most important. This builder lower durability loss isn't going to matter because of the way that works. So, yeah, I guess we'll just get that initial craft as quick as possible. We do need to get ourselves a hoe and leather. Right, that's the whole reason I opened the inventory. Yeah, that was the whole reason I opened the inventory, was to check to see if we had leather enough to make them. So I know we have fur, but I don't think we've picked up any leather yet. We haven't. That's going to be a problem. But if we can go bag a deer, we can rectify that problem. And I think we're going to put our seeds and our fertilizer, since neither of those go bad anyway, in the house, so that we can actually move with some alacrity again. I think that's going to be important. Hopefully they will all fit. Nope. Okay, some piggies to the south. Now, we're gonna go ahead and quick save because piggies, at least after Sengoku, make me nervous. I really, really need to get enough hunting XP to get back our... to get back our ability to see animals. The deer is actually going to be better than a pig, I think. Although we need 8, so we might have to down more than 1. Yep, we're going to have to down more than 1. Where'd my miss go? There it is. Now, I did notice another deer that ran off. We just need to get enough hunting experience that we can, actually use that ability properly again. Oh, wow. Noted. One shot, headshot doe. So that should be 6. Yep. We only need 2 more leather. So we're going to head south, like Stesso recommended, and see if we can find some piggies. Is that a piggy or is that a rock? That's a rock. Even another deer would be welcome. Although we're going to need more than 1 seed bag for 100. That's a wolfie. I didn't know there were wolfies up here. Unfortunately, that gave fur instead of leather. But at least we're making the area safe. I thought that the piggies were over in here. I could be wrong, though. I'm less familiar with this area than I am over by the lake, just because of how recently we played over by the lake. Hopefully there were just the 2 wolves. Oh, there might be more deer here. Come on, psych. Land a shot. So that's 1 bag. Which unfortunately is not going to be enough for 100 field. Oh, that's 3 bags. Are they not 8 apiece? No, they're only 3 apiece. Jesus. I hope 3 bags is enough. I'm not entirely sure it will be. But I think maybe? At least we've got enough meat for dinner. Did we seriously get a deer skull already? I think we're a little bit further west than you thought we were, Stesso. I think that's all that you were missing there. The area looks very, very similar, but I think that's what was going on. I want to get some stamina back before I try for this shot. Nice. Hey, and there's our hunting level. Oh, no! Tracker's way down there. Okay, steady hand it is. Okay, so I think this area out here is going to be our main building platform. So I think we're going to put the farm back as far as we can, realistically. I do want to grab some of these rocks before we make them extinct. Okay, so let's do... Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yep, I'm aware. So let's go ahead and get our wooden hose out. I'll put that in 6 for now. I don't think 2 is going to be enough for all this. This should get us farm XP really quickly, which will hopefully allow us to get the barn sooner rather than later. There's our food storage. So the upside to this place, really, is going to be that we are more central to the map. We've got access to the 4 northern towns much faster, and we still aren't completely out of the loop for anything except for Hornica. Hornica is going to be a pain in the ass to get to, but everything else is going to be relatively easy. And Hornica is honestly always a pain in the ass to get to, so that's not really... There's our barn! Which means we'll at least be able to upgrade, or to get the seeds out of this stuff. Which is where the real money's going to be. Then we just need a tailor to properly utilize it. And we will be in great shape. I'm also excited that for Season 2 I won't have to spend 3.5 hours off camera doing crafts at the end of every stream anymore. I'll actually get more of my free time back, and that'll be exciting. It'll give me more time to do the edits and whatnot too, so hopefully they'll be a bit more consistent. There's our farm shed. So we can already pawn this off on somebody else. We didn't even turn up the XP, that's the crazy part. I don't remember the early levels going this fast, but apparently they do. I'm worried that we're not going to get that last row done before this breaks. This is the last row, right? Yes. I think. Yeah. I think it's the last row. We'll have to check management to be sure because we're at night. Ah, crap. Okay. We can get the hunting lodge up already, so that's exciting. I don't want to bother with the bow. We will have to put some points into that, though. And the bird trap's probably not a bad idea. Let's down a tree. Hey, there's our first extraction level. Oops. Now that's going to be important. The slower durability loss of the axe is going to be very important. At least that's going to help us bump down a little bit lower. Now the clay pits extra items I don't really care about. As we know what we're after and we know how to get it ourselves. We don't need their help, so to speak. That'll be nice too. Right. So new pickaxe or new hoe goes into 6. Did I seriously have 1 square left when that thing broke? Yes. There was 1 square left. Oh my god. Okay, it's time for a water, food, and bath break. And we need to grab our seeds and fertilizer. We're also going to have to make more hoes. Because we are definitely going to run out over the course of fertilizing the field at least. Okay. I really have to stop hitting the wrong button. Okay, we're actually going to have to cook some meat. Which isn't going to be a huge deal because it doesn't take forever and a day anymore. So, yeah. We're going to do 114 meat in 8 seconds. And that is amazing. Doop. That'll last us a while. Oh, there's a production level. This is nuts. Yeah, I guess, okay, so let's take our... No, we don't need the firewood. We need the fertilizer. And we need that log, because we're going to use it to make more hoes. We are immobile. That is... Alright, we're going to put that log back. And we're going to put this fur in there. Crap. That's 3. Let's put it in there. Put the deer skull in there. That's 2.5. Because we need the fertilizer. The flaxseed's 1 total. The fertilizer's 50 total. What else are we carrying that's super heavy? The meat. Put a bunch of that away. The simple bags we're going to need. The stones we can put away. And we're out of storage space, so it is what it is. So I still want to do 3 fields and 1 orchard like we did in the other one. So we're probably going to have to drop a second field soon, even if we just destroy it right away, just for the placement of the barn. Right, farming skills. So we've got skilled farmer, chance to harvest additional. That's going to be important. The harvesting additional is extraordinarily important. No. So we want to equip our bags, which are here. We're going to put those in 7 for now. We're going to go to 7, and we're going to go to fertilizer. This part's still going to be relatively slow. There's nothing to really speed this up. It just is what it is. That should be the last tile. And come over here. We can face north. Bloop. West. So it is a little bit easier to do in the dark if you use your cardinal directions on your compass. To remember to turn north to south and east to west for the side movements. It does make it a little bit easier to stay in line in the dark so you don't wind up with a patchwork like we did our first couple of times in our Season 1. So now we can turn to west. We go 1 tile over. Move on to said tile and turn north. North. And now it's starting to lighten up a little bit, so it's not as bad anyway. But since you basically have to look at the ground to do this, it helps to have a little bit of direction so you're not slightly drifting to either side. Oh. And I missed something somewhere. Yep, right there. So we had exactly enough, which means each row needs to be 10. At least that one wasn't from drifting to side. That one was me moving forward too fast. Well, it looks like we might actually get the whole field out of a leather bag. If not, it's going to be kind of close. Which means that the cloth bags are actually double the durability. I think we established that. We know that a field of 100 with the regular bag, not the simple bag, will you can both fertilize and seed it before the bag breaks. And I'm wondering if we just get 1 pass. We're not even going to get a whole pass. Nope. So yeah, simple bags are kind of poopy, but leather is important for your first field because we don't want to have to buy our first bags, and we don't want to have to worry about trying to get the barn and everything up, because I mean you can't make flax for your first bag until you have a field of flax grown. So yeah. I think once we get a hunting shack up, that we can keep them in simple bags easily enough for the first little bit. And it's what we did in Season 1. I just want to make sure that we get flax done this first season, even if it's only a single field, because that boost in income is going to be so huge for year 1 Because usually in year 1 you don't have anything by the end of it. And this will hopefully give us enough to be able to afford the warm weather clothes, because we're not going to be to the second tier of the tailor by the time we hit winter. So we're not going to be able to make them ourselves right away. And honestly, since fur's really not worth it, I don't want to pay for the recipe when we can just buy them. Two, 1, and that's it. So now we're going to go in for flax. Oh no, we have to hoe it again. I forgot about that. The first time you set up a field, it's actually pretty labor intensive. Although this is the part that gets you the most farming XP other than the actual harvest. So it's probably not super bad. And we need the farming XP for the horse anyway, so we're going to want to do a little bit of farming ourselves anyway. So the horse's speed and stamina and everything and carrying capacity is based on your farming skill. Same with the donkey. I can't remember if we only made one of these or if we did make 2, but I really hope that we made 2 because this one's about to bust. We did make 2. Wow, we already have the hen house unlocked. That's nuts. The unlocks later come so slow that I'm used to that speed. I'm used to working for, you know, a week to unlock something instead of a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, the rye is not going to be the most beneficial straight away because we're not going to be able to cook the flatbread straight away. We're also going to have to buy cabbage seeds next season, and we're going to have to buy rye seeds, or rye grain, after that to get our rotation started. Thankfully, we should only have to buy all of the seeds once, because we are going to keep back 200 of the flax seeds. We might wind up keeping back 300, but we're for sure going to keep back 200, because I hope by the end of year 1 to have a second field available. But it's still going to be quite a bit of money. And the threshing's not going to take hours, which is going to be super nice. Is this our last simple bag? No, but we are going to have to craft another 1 or 2. So I think it takes 3 or 2 in a partial bag to do the field, so Hopefully we'll be alright. We might have to nail one more animal. But I think we'll be okay. And once the field's done, we'll want to get the barn up right away so that we can actually do stuff with it when we harvest it. And then we're going to want to get a smithy up so that we can actually make the sickles to harvest it. We're almost halfway through the field. And this is the last stage, so... If we're lucky, we will get 3 levels in farming by the time that we need to actually harvest this. I doubt it, but we might. We need 3 levels to get the most yield. We'll get 200% yield out of the field that way. But I don't think we're going to get all 3 levels. I really don't. I suppose we could run another field, but I don't think we're going to get it done by the end of spring, so I'm not going to rush it. We are going to set up the skeleton of another field so that I know where to place the barn, and then we're just going to tear it right back down real quick. It's not going to be a big deal. That way we don't have to pay taxes for it. I swear I heard footsteps. I think I'm going even more insane. Oh yeah, it looks like we might have enough leather to get this done. So we just have this row and then the next row and then we're good. Four more. There we go. Well, hey now. Could you not? Okay, so let's go ahead and build the second set. So we want it lined up with this guy. Does that come out right? Yeah, I think so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Looks like it's got just a touch of overhang, but we'll go with it. 3, 4... Ah, crap. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So now for the barn, I want it to where the door opens to the gap in between the two. So we're going to go pointed south. And we want this more or less straight up the middle, like so. There we go. And now we can destroy this, knowing that it's in a perfect spot to be able to fix it up. Wow, that brought us way closer to the road than I was expecting. We are going to have to get mighty creative, I think. It's alright, we'll make it work. We always do. We always do. So let's get ourselves some stones. And we're going to need quite a few because we don't really have a choice about making the walls waddle on this one. So we are going to need quite a few sticks for this. And we're going to need quite a few logs, unfortunately. Thankfully, it's relatively close to wooded area, so that shouldn't be a huge deal. Doo-doo-doo. Please don't fall on me. Back in trees. You can't trust them. They're tricky little bastards. Oh, fantastic. No, use the axe. What is your problem? We're gonna punch a tree. This is not Minecraft. This is Medieval Dynasty. You cannot punch the tree over. It is not possible. Guess he's just preparing to give those bandits what for next time they come around. I think it's going to take more than a little bit of time. I feel like your hands would be a broken, bloody mess long before that tree had any kind of inkling of falling over. Unless you found one that was mostly rotted, at which point you wouldn't be able to use the logs anyway, so... Uh-huh. Tricky little trees. I'm telling you. They're out to get us. I do need to run down and get something to drink, though, before we start with the dehydration problems. And probably more sticks isn't a bad idea. And it gave us a quick bath, which is always good. We do need more rocks for selling, for making knives to sell, but we don't need any for our build. So I'm not going to collect a bunch of rocks, knowing that we don't need them for what we're in the middle of. Oh, that is so nice! Okay, so it looks like we actually did have enough sticks. Oh, no we didn't. Oh, that's straw too? That's roofing, huh? Okay. I guess just go with it. So we do need a little bit more straw, and we still need more logs, because of course we do. We knew we were going to need more logs. But I think we're actually alright on sticks. Yeah, we still got 20 left. I just don't want to carry around the weight for making more knives while we're in the middle of this. don't we have... Oh. Right. Skilled farmer. Another rank in that. Oh, we did! We did get 3 levels in farming, so we are going to get 100% additional crops. We're going to get double yield on our very first harvest of flax. That is phenomenal. We're going to be off to a great start. I feel like these reeds are having a seizure. Oh, there's a survival level too. This is shaping up nice. Alright. That ought to be more than enough for the roof. Can we get a free fish? Well. Oh well. No biggie. We didn't really need it anyway. We've got plenty of food in our inventory. Okay, so athlete for sure. Once we finish off... Oh, that finished off athlete. So now we have 30% less stamina reduction when sprinting, which is good because I sprint everywhere. So next we're going to go for damage received and then total hit points. And I believe at once both of those are capped, we're going to have enough points left to put one more in insensitive before we're capped out. Oh, hey! We can get credit for building another rabbit trap because that one just broke. And that was one of the things required for our quests, or for our chapter. There we go. As was making a wooden spear, but I'm going to hold off on that one because we already have a wooden spear. And we need the logs for something else right now, so... Hey, there's our woodshed. That is next up. So that woodshed's going to let us get planks, which will let us fix the roof on our current house. And then it will give us a means, once we get some people, to actually get some wood income, so to speak. And I think we're going to wind up with 2. We had 2 last time, and it worked out really well for the early game. We didn't tear it down until like the very, very end, the second one. But I think we're going to run 2 again. And what we're going to do is we're going to put one over there by the... by that crossroads where I was talking about putting it. But that's going to be super far away from where we do our crafting, and I would like to be able to make planks easily. So I think we're going to have a second one that's going to be over in the crafting area, or at least as close to as we can get it. But that way we can still get our log income and to have a place to do what we need to do. And again, I forgot about the inside, because of course I did. Alright, Ista, so have a good night, man. It was good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Yep, take it easy. Sleep well, man. some free feathers here. Oh shoot, I didn't realize it's already actually time to close the stream. I was having such a good time with you guys. Alright, let's finish off the barn before we shut her down. But then we will probably close it down and we will pick back up tomorrow where we leave off. And get some more progress, because we're actually in pretty great shape for day 1. Well, actually, for season 1 anyway, of a new game. I'm very happy with our progress. And I'm happy to see all of you back hanging out and talking again. I missed you all, and I am sorry. I mean, we followed the vote, but it did not work out well, and I am super glad that we are back and interacting with everybody again. It makes me very happy. Yeah, we will leave it here for today. And we will pick back up tomorrow because it is that time of the night. I did not realize just how late it was until Stesso logged off and I looked at the clock. So, you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. If you learned anything useful or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. And if you're feeling friendly, maybe subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. And thank you for watching. We will see you next time.